So dear students, I have prepared a flow chart for you people. By the virtue of this very flow chart, you will come to know what a questionnaire must be or what it is, what does it look like. See, your questionnaire has got different parts. Okay, what does a typical questionnaire look like? I'll show you people. But first, look at what does it contain. There are different fields. The part first of your questionnaire is demographic information. Demographic information simply means where you will ask the questions about gender, age, occupation, nationality, name, and the things like that. Okay, I have given you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 things. These cover the demographic. Okay. Second thing of your question paper, second part of your question, let me name those 10 things first, then later you will tell that sir just skipped it. It is your gender, age, occupation, nationality. Okay, your say your number of daily trips, most frequently purpose of your trip, average duration of your trip, number of cars in your house, number of people living in your house, total income of your household. So these are the things which will cover the demographic part, the first part of your questionnaire. Second part of your questionnaire is commuter's perspective. Say this I have made keeping in mind I am investigating the sales of a particular car. Okay, so keep it in mind. Second thing I am talking about is the commuter's perspective. So there will be second part of questions. Are you willing to use a new metro for your trip in Doha? Or maybe yes, if yes, what is the main purpose for using it, or main reasons that, okay, it is about commutation. Third part of my questionnaire will constitute something else, maybe the location of the metro station in itself here. Okay, location, connection, parking features, what they want to have in the metro stations, facility, safety. Okay, maybe I want to ask some more questions, so I'll add one more part in it. Metro ticket, classes, facilities, safety. So these are the parts of a questionnaire. See, I have made a questionnaire for you people which is regarding Super Bazaar. Okay, here in this very questionnaire you can find all these very sets of questions. That was an example for you people to make you understand what does a questionnaire looks like. Look at the questionnaire in itself, how this questionnaire looks like. I'll enlarge it, you will be able to see it properly. Okay, this is a question regarding a Super Bazaar questionnaire. Questionnaire is consumers awareness. Okay, instructions are first given. I am asking tick mark in the squares against each question which is applicable in your case. First I'll ask about the name. Okay, the person will fill it with his name or her name, Mr. or Mrs. XYZ. Then address. Okay, this is a demographic question again. Then age. Okay, this is a demographic question again. His occupation, whether he is in business, service, or others, let us say others. His gender, male or female. Okay, number of family members, monthly income, marital status. You must have seen the questionnaires like this. Okay, this is regarding a Super Bazaar. Now I am coming to the, let us come to the business now. How many times do you go to the Super Bazaar in a month? Question number 9. Let us say 3 to 6 times. Do you purchase commodities of daily use from Super Bazaar? It is obvious. If I am going 3 to 6 times, yes, I am buying. Reason for you going to Super Bazaar is fair price. Yes. Availability of all commodities, most obvious. Commodities of good quality, yes. Saving time, of course. So that is how I am feeling it. Okay. Then let us proceed with the one more thing. The 12th question is regarding, do you feel Super Bazaar charge fair prices? That is what I am asking about basically. This is the purpose, maybe purpose of my whole asking a whole survey. If I get a yes, that means Super Bazaars are fairly doing the job and serving the purpose. If I am saying no, that will be a difficulty. I'll have to see then why. Okay. Are you satisfied with the packing of Super Bazaars? Let us say yes. Do you want to go Super Bazaar near your house, in the way to your house, or a very proper location? I would say most of the people like to go Super Bazaars which is in a proper location. That means where they could get parking, or where they could make their family to have a fun for maybe an hour or so. It could act as an outing as well, so on and so forth. This is perspective. I am talking about the perspectives of questionnaire. So this is how your questionnaire looks like. See, I have kept one more thing for you people here, in which you will get to know the technicality of the questionnaire. After you know the questionnaire, now see how questions are being asked. This is the important thing, you must bear it in mind. Okay. When you are being asked a question, this question could be repeated in one more way in order to inquire that whether you were truthful or accurate at the first time itself. Key points of a good questionnaire, you can see. If I am asking how old you are, this is a question which may offend somebody, especially women folk. So you must keep this question in this way about the age. Under 18, under 18 to 30 years, or over 30 years. Now, this is one thing. This is about the precautions that before handling the questionnaire, somebody may not bash you. The important thing to understand is the technicality is in this very question. Don't you agree that watching too much TV is bad for you? See, what is my question? Don't you agree? Don't you agree that watching too much TV is bad for you? Of course, it is bad. I'll say yes. If I answered yes, now see, after 5 questions, 6 questions, 8 questions, there will be one more question like this. Watching too much TV is bad for you. Now he is stating to you, watching too much TV is bad for you. Either you have to disagree or agree, or strongly disagree. When he is asking watching too much TV is bad for you, let us say you disagreed. No, it's not bad for me. I watch Discovery all the time, National Geographic, Discovery Turbo, and other things which help me to gain more and more knowledge. But it is contradicting your answer number first. So this is how your question will get nullified, because there are certain serious matters which are being asked from the people. And sometimes people just give the answers without thinking about the things. But we need the answers of those people who think the things in the way things must be thought. So this is how a questionnaire works out. So after completing, this is a very big thing which we completed, the questionnaire part of your studies. I think this is the time now we must come to one more major thing, that is regarding the methods of collecting data. Before we go to the methods of collecting data, let us talk about something, maybe it's the sources. It's very good to know about the sources, collection of secondary data, okay, because I was talking about the primary data all the time. Let us talk about a few things about the collection of secondary data. Collection of secondary data. So, dear students, secondary data, as we know, is the second hand data, has been collected by someone else, maybe for his own purpose, and now I require it. There are certain published and unpublished sources for it. What are the sources? If you are being asked, there are certain published sources, and maybe there are certain unpublished sources. See, published sources are different government publications, your newspapers, your international publications, your reports of commissions and committees, publications of research institutions, magazines, reports of trade associations, publication of personal investigations. These are published sources because time to time they publish it. Say a magazine, it is being published, let us say monthly, weekly, whatsoever. So it is a published source. You can collect pieces of information from it. Or you can do one thing, you can visit a particular place where you can find unpublished data as well. Data has been collected but not published. Some data which are not published are available in office files and records. So that is unpublished sources of data. So unpublished sources and published sources are like that. Say I am visiting weather department. My field of inquiry is to look into the production of wheat from 1999 to 2005. Okay, this is my field of inquiry. I have been asked to look into the production of wheat from 1999 to 2005. While I was going through the data, I found there was a year, let us say in year 2003, the production of wheat has decreased drastically. Okay. Now, I'll look into the factors, what has been the factors. I got to know that there is one factor, if it rains more. If it rains more, the production of wheat decreases. I am talking of wheat, I am not talking of rice. If it rains more, rice increases. If it rains more during the ripening season of the wheat, it decreases. Let us say I have been given this reason. What I'll do, I'll go to the weather department, will ask for them for the data of year 2003 regarding what? Exactly, rainfalls. So I'll ask about the rainfall data. They will have this data in certain office files and records, and I'll get to know whether this has been the case or not. If it has been the case, I'll give my reason. If it has not been the case, I'll look for some other things that what has been the reason. Got it? So this is the sources of data I had to talk about. Now, dear students, we come upon the methods of collecting data. When we say methods of collecting data, before we talk of what are the methods,